You will never find me in a Chipotle ever. If you ever find me in a Chipotle, I'm being held hostage, and you should call the police. And you should probably run in the other direction because there's no reason I should be in there.
There's no going back.
Squad ain't with me.
Hello to everybody and their moms, and welcome back to my channel. If you read the title of today's video, yes, I have a very good not clickbait story time that has proof, okay? And I'm really excited to share this story. It's funny now, but it wasn't funny then. And honestly, I don't want to make this intro super long, so if you're new here, definitely make sure to subscribe, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first things first, I just clocked out of work, okay? I'm extremely exhausted, so let me change really fast. Okay, so ta-da, welcome to my room. I'm sitting on my bed. So let's start at the beginning. First things first, let me paint the setting. This was freshman year of college, okay? I was a little lamb, fresh out of high school. So I had just finished spending spring break with my oldest sister, her husband, and then my second oldest sister. Shout out to y'all. And I actually rode on a plane, or I guess I should say flew, okay, on a plane for the first time by myself. It was kind of a big deal for me, okay? I was really scared and really nervous, but it ended up being fine. I had a great time. When I got back to my little college city, okay, I didn't have a car for freshman year. That's just a rule that we have in my house. And so I had to get a little Uber. I don't like Ubers. I don't like them. Okay, and this is just like a good little reason as to why. So naturally, I went on the little Uber app, okay, got me a little driver. We're driving back, and this man is wanting to play 20 questions. But they're very like personal, and so I'm trying to give him like a very general sort of feel to, you know, to answer these questions without like telling my whole life story. So when we get on campus, he was like, "Oh, so are you an honor student?" I was not an honor student, and he was like, "Oh, okay, so that means you live over here." What do you mean that means I live over here? Why do you know where the honors kids live, right? So a little red flag going off. He was like, "Which room are you? I can help you with your bags." No. No. Why are you trying to go to my door? I'm telling you this because I want you to understand my perspective. I want you to understand the mindset that I was in before I ordered my food. So eventually I, you know, kind of had to do a little bit of a break your ankles moment where he thought I was going this way. And then when he started to drive away, I went and turned the other way and walked to my dorm. So I already felt like the energy was off for my evening, okay? After that situation, I was like, you know, I need to get something that's gonna get here pretty quick, and also that I feel like something that I can trust, because at this point in time, I'm not feeling very adventurous, so to say. I was also trying to be a little bit of a health icon. I was like, you know what, maybe we can go for a little bit of a less fried moment. So I went through Postmates and I ordered Chipotle. So my food gets there, I go downstairs, I meet the driver there. I should have knew things were off from then as well, because the driver was just acting weird. I was like, "Oh, I'm here to get my food," and like he was like trying to play a game of like, you know, like, "Oh, are you gonna get it?" I don't know if y'all are familiar with seeing like the videos where there's like an adult and like maybe like a child or something, and like they dangle something out in front of the kid and the kid has to like try to grab it, you know, that type of thing. And like, since the parent is a little bit smarter or whatever, they're like lifting it up higher or whatever, you know, that type of thing. He was doing that with my food. And I was like, "Sir, let's not play that game. Let's not play with my food." Anyways, I got my food. I go back up to my room, and you know, I posted a little picture. I took a little picture and I was like, okay, it's about to go down. We about to be feasting. I was really excited, I'm not gonna lie. And so I was eating my food and I only got through not even half the bowl, which is not like me. I like always finish the bowl. And I ate like 4 chips, which were stale, okay? Chipotle has the stalest chips anyways. And suddenly my stomach was just like,
Please stop.
like my stomach was like, can we run it back turbo? Something's not right. And I was like, baby, we eat more than this all the time. Like, I need you to get over it, type of thing. But my stomach was like,
No, like seriously, we need to stop.
So I put my food aside, obviously, and then I just started to get this little headache coming on. This was a very intense headache, and I was like, something's definitely not right here. So I grabbed some water that I had and I started sipping on it, And I'm sure y'all are familiar with that feeling you get when you're like, no, we're going to throw up. Like, it's inevitable. We're going to be throwing up at some point in time today, this evening, this moment, this hour. That's the kind of mindset I was having. And I was like, no, like, can we not do that? And so luckily for me, my roommate at the time, because we kind of shared like a room, there was no doors in between us, but she wasn't there. So luckily I was able to go into the bathroom, okay, and I threw up. Not once, but twice. And not like a, you know, what, okay, we're done. Like a, okay, here's a full event. Let me breathe and get up and crawl back to my bed. Oh no, wait, I have to throw up again, type of thing. And what's funny about this is like, this is before I ever had my YouTube channel. So, you know, I used to just make these little like videos all the time where I would like vent and act like people cared what I was going through. And I made this little like vent little video and I like sent it to my friends. So I don't know why I don't listen whenever I hear like certain reviews about food, and they're like, hey, don't eat there, and I'm like, okay, and I like don't listen. Basically, I saw my Chipotle twice tonight, and not in a good way. Chipotle sweetie, I really was trying to give you a chance. I really was trying to help you with your clientele, help you be booked and busy, but you don't want the business to begin with. Tragic. So don't eat a Chipotle. Like, just don't do it. So after I posted that video, you know, and my friends were like, oh my God, we're so sorry, I hope you're okay. You know, like, but they're, you know, this is still spring break. They're still out living their best lives, and nobody is in the college little city. So after that, I just tried to keep drinking my water, and every single time I would drink my water, I would throw up. So, you know, I want you to just picture this. You know, you had a weird little interaction with not one, but two men, okay? Your driver and your food delivery person. So at this point in time, I'm not feeling comfortable to hop back in another car, to call Uber to be like, yo, can you take me to the hospital? Or like, hey, can you drive me to Walgreens so I can go get some food? Like, I am not trusting these services because of these previous interactions I've had with individuals. And then also, I'm not trusting anybody else to deliver any more food to me because what did y'all do to my Chipotle? Let's start there. And then where I was located, it's like way too far to walk anywhere. The closest place to go get food, I think, was at least 10 miles away. And then the bus routes that we had on my campus were actually closed because it was spring break. So kind of trapped. So I believe it was like the next day, on like the 16th, I started to look up. I was like, listen, I need to figure out how to fix my life, you know. And what's crazy is that I was looking through my phone, you know, before filming this video, and I actually found the picture and like the date and everything. It's weird how iPhone does that, where it'll like tell you kind of like the time and the minute, the hour, whatever, that you downloaded this picture, but I still have it. One of the tips on there was to do the brat diet, which is like a very bland diet, but it's good if you're having like an upset stomach or something. And so I was like, ding, 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 time to go to plan B, which for me in this situation was to go to the dining hall. So I was relying on the dining hall with my little dining bucks, my little dining dollars, okay? This specific semester, I was actually living on the second floor of the dorm building. And so the way that I am, the person that I am, I had to kind of plan out each individual step of my mission. I was like, okay, step one, we have to get out the door. We have to get out the door. If I was doing anything while I was in my dorm, I was actually crawling on the floor. That is so embarrassing to admit, but I really was, because my body was just so weak. And so I was like, no, step one, we have to get out the door, and we have to make sure we look like a human being, because there are probably other people in the dorm. So I got out the door. Step number two in my brain was, okay, you have to get down 2 flights of stairs. The way I'm telling y'all that I hugged the railing, the nasty, disgusting railing that I'm sure everyone touched, because this is post-COVID brain thinking now, but you know, this was pre-COVID. So either way, it's still disgusting. And so I just took it step by step all the way down, you know, the flights of stairs. So then step number 3 was to get across the parking lot to the dining hall, okay? So when I tell you each individual step, I was like singing praise and worship. I'm not playing around here. Fighting for my life. Just embarrassing to think back on it because I was literally like humming to myself, like trying to keep myself motivated. Off the bottom of the dining hall, there's stairs. So the next step was to get up those stairs, but there's no railing. So I was like, okay, there's only about 4 steps, get up the steps. And as I'm walking up the steps of the stairs, I noticed that the dining hall looks completely dark. And it's not dark outside. So I was like, I know they're playing. Y'all got jokes. Y'all got jokes. Cause I was like, this can't be true. But it was. The doors would not open at all. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I had a breakdown. I got to the stairs. I sat down on the stairs. I started crying. And then I was so frustrated that I threw up on the stairs. I was like, this is done. And then when I was on the bottom of the stairs, I was like, wait, how am I gonna get back? I won't tell you how much I struggled. It was a very intense struggle. I'm sure you can imagine. But I ended up getting back to my room. I tried to drink some more water and you guessed it, I threw it up. So now I'm sure you're asking me, okay, Kristen, but why didn't you reach out to your parents? Why didn't you reach out to your sisters? Why didn't you reach out to your brother? Like, okay, first of all, you're right. I should have. And the mindset that I had, you know, back then was just kind of like, I don't want to be a burden. Like, baby, you're acting dumb. We're dying. But I think it was also part of the trigger that I had with getting stuff delivered to me. Like, I wasn't trusting it. So then my friends at the time actually reached out to me and they're like, Kristen, how are you doing? And I was like, I'm dying. You know? And they were like, oh my God, we're gonna be back in town tomorrow. So this is approaching day 3. And they were like, we'll be back in town tomorrow, you know, sometime in the evening, like, can we get you something? And I was like, can you get me something? I was like, listen, can you get me a Powerade, a ginger ale, and some saltines? And I'm not gonna lie, they pulled through, okay? And they brought me the goodies. And then, you know, you kind of have to bounce back, especially because at the time, none of my classes were remote. You know, this was pre-COVID. And so I had to go in person. And so it was just like, I can't afford to miss a day. So it's kind of like, you gotta get over it. And now I refuse to eat at Chipotle. You will never find me in a Chipotle ever. If you ever find me in a Chipotle, I'm being held hostage. And you should call the police. And you should probably run in the other direction because there's no reason I should be in there. So if you are seeing my face or hearing my voice, congratulations, you've made it to the end of this video. If you happen to enjoy it, definitely make sure to give it a thumbs up and also make sure to subscribe to my channel. I'm going to put my weekly subscriber goal onto the screen. And if you feel like this is something that you can help me out with, definitely make sure to do so. I would greatly appreciate it. Before you go, okay, I'm honestly curious, do you eat at Chipotle? I would say I won't judge you, but like, I probably will judge you just a little bit. But I wanna know, like, who genuinely still eats Chipotle? And if you don't eat there anymore, tell me why. I just wanna know. And thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!